Thank you to Womier for sponsoring this video and sending this board over for me to mod. What is good, everyone? Ashkeebs here. Today we are going desk matless. It feels very weird, but I'm trying it out anyways because my desk mat is very dirty. But hey, maybe you guys like the black wood background better. Just let me know. This is the WK61 from Womier. It's a pretty budget-friendly Prevail keyboard. Runs like $40 on Amazon right now with Prime shipping. Honestly, pretty decent price considering it comes with a hot swap PCB that allows for 3-pin and 5-pin switches, keycaps, and all that. Here's how this thing sounds stock. Not that great, but honestly not too terrible considering the price, but we can definitely make it better and we'll try to do so. Under $100 total spent, including the keyboard. So first off, the keyboard was already like $40, $42.36 actually with tax, but let's forget about the taxes for this video because tax evasion is cool. Please, IRS agents, that was a joke. But that leaves us with around $60 for some upgrades. First off, let's open this board up and add a few little mods. So this is a one-piece tray-mounted board. So in order to take it apart, we gotta remove the keycaps, the switches, and then screws on the posts. So looking at the internals of the board, it actually has this sort of plate silicone, which is pretty nice, and it actually covers the switches as well, sort of like PE foam, except this is silicone. It's also this translucent material since the RGB LEDs are per key and not underglow, so it can shine through. I think the top dampening looks pretty solid stock, so let's worry about the internals of the case. Now I was wondering how I could give this board some extra weight so it's a bit more solid at the lowest cost possible. I didn't really want to order any extra parts for this, so I came up with a scuffed idea that may or may not work. So I actually had these yen coins laying around from when I went to Japan a few years back. Man, that country loves using coins and cash, but I had a lot of random coins left over, so what better way to add some heft than with these, since the since the yen is down quite a bit. Technically everything from Japan is on sale right now if you're in the US. Now the coin mod is something that has existed for a while, but I was thinking of how I can make it slightly less scuffed somehow. And so I rubbed my two brain cells together to come up with a scuffed solution. So what I essentially did was take some packing foam that I had laying around, cut them into pieces that would fit the bottom case perfectly, sorta, and then I stabbed the coins inside of the blocks of foam. This way we don't actually have to tape down the coins, and we don't actually see the coins from the outside either. I finished off by tape modding the PCB so it doesn't short accidentally, because I'll be real, I don't know if I used the foam that was conductive, and essentially that was the finished product. Okay, so here is the board assembled again. The total internal mods cost around how many coins do we use? We use like 20 10 yen coins, which is like 200 yen. With the current exchange rate, that's like $1.41. Nice. You can actually use a weaker currency to make it even cheaper, but let's just round that cost to around $1.50, and we'll throw the cost of the tape in there as well, which was around $3.50, meaning we still got $55 left for mods. So I picked up some 205 grade 0 for like $10 for these switches and stabs. So now we have around $45 to work with. Now for the two big upgrades, we got the switches and the keycaps. These are the Texi Ice Candy switches. Around 60 of them cost around $35 or so, and I ordered some translucent keycaps from AliExpress. I'll leave the link in the description, but these were pretty cheap at around $15 or so, and these are pretty damn nice for 15 bucks actually. With everything fully built, the total was around $110. Honestly, it was probably slightly more with tax and shipping, but I splurged a little bit on the switches because I want that full RGB look. I don't know why it's like flashing on the camera there, but it's pretty homogeneous in real life. But I wanted that full RGB look, and I don't think spending a little more on switches on a budget build is a bad thing. It's all good since you can move it to a different keyboard if you want to. But anyways, let's see how this bad boy sounds. Okay, so what do I think of the board? Honestly, I'm just really happy right now about how the build actually turned out, because this thing is a RGB monster. This video isn't really a review, but I do think that the board once mounted sounds pretty damn good. Feels like a tray mount though, but you know, for the price of a $40 pre-built, it is what it is. Overall, I'm quite happy with how the board sounds and looks, and I'm honestly quite surprised the foam coins inside this thing. What would you even call that mod? Like the coin hot pocket mod? I don't know. Not quite sure how much of an effect it had on the sound, but I'm glad it worked out and didn't like fucking short this keyboard. I'm just going to tell myself that it made it sound better.